This video is sponsored by Keeps. In life, things come and go. We live, we eat, we turn to dust. Nothing is permanent. Sometimes we create, and sometimes those creations last decades, maybe even eons. Music, art, even now in this technological age, maybe movies. Maybe in 1,000 years, people will be holding the Boss Baby in a museum. Anything is possible. But in life, sadly, sometimes things just fade away. Business and companies begin to rise and crumble into a forgotten cloud of memories. Movie studios that used to make and diversify competition just fade away when their peak is their past. This is just a sad reality. One of the saddest instances I think that recently happened is with Blue Sky Studios. These guys used to be powerhouses, absolutely money makers. Ice Age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh my god, all making them insane amounts of money. Rio, Robots, the Peanuts movie, while none of their movies were as critically acclaimed as something from Pixar, they had their foot in the animation medium heavily planted right there for a long time. They were competition. It's not good to have every single form of a medium taken by two studios. It's good when there's other powerhouses to add some flavor for everyone else. But sometimes the world is not lucky. In 2019, they were acquired by Disney, but then shut down this year, citing economic impact reasons from the pandemic. So Disney bought them, took them into their home, befriended them, took them outside for drinks, then told them to look at the daisies, blue sky. And boom, that's it. I mean, it sucks. People lost their jobs. They merged into one of the biggest companies out there and they just get shut down. And that's pretty sad. None of their movies ever failed, really. They honestly were all super successful, but they definitely did have an obsession with birds. I mean, Rio, Rio 2, Epic, and now Spies in Disguise. Fly high, blue sky. Fly high, little birdie. Not only did they love birds, but they animated cockroaches in the 1996 hit film Joe's Apartment. You see, this studio made some art, man, and this is just one of their earliest examples. But sadly, their last movie is Spies in Disguise from 2019, an animated spy movie starring Tom Holland and Will Smith as Man and Pigeon. It's honestly a really cute movie. It's not perfect, it's not great, but considering it's Blue Sky's last movie, they ended on a wholesome good note, whether they knew it or not. This is just one of those classic movies where mean old jerk gets turned into an animal, except the twist here is that Will Smith is in it. Will Smith, man! It's his first animated movie since Shark Tale. See, after doing Shark Tale, Will Smith was traumatized from animated movies. The fish there were way too hot and sexy, and he knew that it was not good for him to be in the medium, swooning for sexy fish he could never be with. But now, he's returned in bird form, but there's a sexy bird in it, and look, he's denying it. He's denying the bird. He's become really strong. I'm so proud of him. The movie begins with logos of two companies that don't exist anymore. One's still alive within Disney, the other, yeah. It's also the last time that we see this little character running around on his logo. Goodbye, little Scrat. Fall into the abyss. We then get a bunch of spy stuff. We meet our main kid as a young boy who has a hot cop mom. In the future, she is dead. We also meet Will Smith in the middle of a spy mission. Will Smith is so cool. Genuinely though, I do like his design here. I think it looks pretty distinct, and later when he becomes a bird, it looks cute. Like, he has a little bow tie. I like it. But during his spy mission, Will Smith's character sees a pigeon and is like, oh no, gross. Which is foreshadowing. We also get some classic Will Smith banter and comedy that is the same in all of his movies. So if you like it, you'll like it. And if you never have, you won't. But this movie has some honestly really cool action showcased right away. It's pretty creative, and I love how each set piece plays out. The movements of the characters are fun, they're bumpy and stretchy. Instantly there's a mixed bag of music choices though, and none of them fit at all or mix well together at all. If they were in any other animated movie, it feels like they would be fine, but here it's just not fitting. We meet this evil guy who has a robot hand. He's our main villain. He's Robot Hand Guy. I mean, that's actually his name. Will Smith then grabs a briefcase and goes back to the spy base, and we see Tom Holland as an adult, and he's a weirdo to everyone. He's a freak. He makes things weird. He's like that weird gross kid at school who would mix around the school lunch milk with all the ketchup and mustard. He ate boogers and he was just annoying. We all knew a kid like that, you know. maybe I was that kid. We see how Freak Tom wants to do cool things, but Will Smith is a jerk face. He's a meanie. He even fires Tom for no reason. Like, he fires him. How's he gonna pay rent? Is he gonna get a sponsor? Is he gonna get a sponsor at the end of this video? Whoa. And this guy's a jerk. That's his arc. He's gonna become not a jerk. Yeah. And for Tom, it's to not be a freak. Yeah. So Will Smith then gets framed for war crimes against the world and has to go on the run. Now he wants Freak Tom's help. He goes to his house and Tom gives him a potion. What kind of potion is it? It's the magic science potion. It's the pigeon potion. You know it. You've seen the trailers. He becomes pigeon. Pigeon simulator. You poop on people, you know? The bird parts in this movie are honestly pretty funny. They do it pretty well. I don't know why, but this movie kind of wins me over with the way it kind of does that kind of thing. It just feels classical. Nostalgic, one of those strange movies we would have watched when we were like 6, but I get that feeling now as a stupid grown-up, and I think that's pretty successful. I like Will Smith's bird antics, and I think the way they have him like walk tiny on big things and how he adapts to the situation is much more funny than a lot of most human turned animal kind of movies. I mean, you still have the annoying poop jokes or animal instinct jokes like eating gross trash or poop, but like him moving as a pigeon is cute. And using his bird feet as hands is pretty creative. Anyways, they run away and they get inside of an Audi. That's a real life car for all of you guys who aren't car people. You know, I'm a car person. They made the Spies in Disguise car in real life. That's pretty crazy. You know, I'm a car guy. We get a funny chase and more spy antics like finding the evil hand guy again. There's some drama between them that's like, okay. Freak Tom is like, I don't hurt people, and Will Bird is like, I love to hurt people. And for the rest of the movie, we just get a bunch of action sequences, you know, like spy stuff, like chases and running away and all that. Will Smith is on the run and the people in the agency try to get him in different locations all around the world. They don't know that he's a bird, so when they try to talk to Tom in front of Will Bird, they're like, give him up. Where is he? And he's like, no, he's my friend now. We find out that Robot Hand Guy is just a generic, boring villain who has it out for Will Smith because of a past thing. You know, you've seen it before. That's it. And he just looks like every other mediocre villain from animated movies. That's it. And at one point, Tom Holland dies, but don't worry, he also survives. And there's a funny sequence where bad guys attacked by pigeons and breadcrumbs, but Tom Holland's character kind of ruins it by making like a gluten joke. It was so close to being like the best part of the movie, and it got ruined. And at the end, there's a massive sequence where they fight so many drones and they use Freak Tom's gadgets. It's like half creative and fun and half bland because some cringy stuff happens. But in the end, Will and Tom win, and Tom becomes not a freak and Will becomes not a jerk, and it's a happy ending. Spies in Disguise is the last movie from Blue Sky, and at that, it's alright. It's not terrible or fantastic, but it's a nice little thing. I wonder what would have come next from them. Spies in Disguise 2? Or something special? That's something you don't really know because it's never gonna happen. I think honestly this movie starts great. It pulls you in for a lot of early fun, but it starts to fall apart near the end. Obviously Blue Sky didn't know that this would be their last. But what if they knew that? What if they knew that this would be their last? Would they have made it any different? If you knew when your end is coming, would you do something different or continue down the same happy, comfortable path? No matter what, they put work into their movies to make them different from DreamWorks and the Pixars that weren't trying to totally be like their competition, but still struggling to make a household name even though they're super successful financially. It kind of makes me sad because it just reminds me of the studio that used to make Ant Bully and Jimmy Neutron and all that. They went out of business, but honestly because their movies didn't succeed as well. So the fact that Blue Sky died like this is sad. I'll honestly miss Blue Sky. I may have not seen everything that they made, but it was nice seeing something dumb funny once in a while, or trailer for something I'll probably never watch, but I was interested in it kinda, like John Cena voicing a bull, or the 8th Ice Age movie that would have come out eventually. You never know what you have until it's gone, which is why this video's sponsor fits so well. Thank you to Keeps for sponsoring this video. Did you guys know that 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35? And for a lot of people, that's pretty soon, I'm not gonna lie. The best way to prevent hair loss is doing something about it early. and Keeps can help with that. With Keeps, a licensed doctor will review your information and recommend the right hair loss treatment plan for you. Then every 3 months, it's shipped directly to your door. You also always have access to your Keeps doctor 24/7 with any questions or concerns you might have to help track your progress. And you yourself can find out why Keeps has 5-star reviews more than any of its competitors and why hundreds of thousands of men trust Keeps for their hair loss prevention. So if you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/24frames or click the link in the description to receive 50% off your first order. That's keeps.com/24frames.